I'm Rebecca Ford. I'm the live operations and community producer at Digital Extremes on Warframe.
So Rebecca, talk a little about the Warframe community and what feedback they give helps improve the overall gaming experience.
The feedback we get is endless, it is passionate, and it is under the understanding that we're always iterating and working towards the bigger picture for Warframe. So we get feedback on please let us tint the metal on this Warframe this way, and then we get please overhaul this system entirely because it's trash. No offense to ourselves for making it, but that's the kind of stuff we respond to. So one thing players have been saying since 2015 is about our focus system, which is a bit spoilery, so I won't go into it too much. But they never felt it was good enough, and we've always felt that it wasn't as well. So we've really seen eye to eye on that, and for 2 years they've sort of been waiting for an update. What are you doing with all our feedback, and what are you changing? And with the Plains of Eidolon update, we're changing everything. So we've been very clear that the sledgehammer is out, we're wielding it with both hands, and we're going to start essentially the focus system from the ground up with the new systems in mind here for this update. So.
Can you walk us through the process of community patching and balancing the warframes and the weapons from a forum post to actually implementing it into the game?
Yes, so typically what happens with Warframe, there's so much in this game, people have feedback on every aspect of it. So we try first of all to prioritize by seeing what are people talking about the most, and does it align with what they're using the most. So if we iterate on a Warframe, let's say we released a Warframe in 2013 when Warframe was in its infancy. That frame might not really hold up now, 3 years later, 4 years later even. So Hydroid, for example, he's our water Warframe, he's a pirate, and we reworked him, and there was a lot of feedback right away on that. So for 2 weeks, we rapidly iterated by A, fixing bugs, and B, responding to the actual gameplay styles. So is he too stagnant? Does his power not have as much either control or death, kill with it? And then we have to look at that, decide, act, and then release it. So within 2 weeks, I think we released about 20 fixes, about 15 changes, and that's just one Warframe out of 33 that people are giving us feedback on all the time. So we sort of steer the boat in, this is what we're reworking, so we're really focusing on feedback here. But in the background and in our wake is everything else that we're still trying to touch. So whether it's a real-time buff on a stream, if someone reminds us, you should really buff that old gear, we've done that live on air. And so it really depends on what players are bringing to the table when we're around, and we are always around, but we can't do everything at once, which is the unfortunate reality of being a human.
Can you talk about what advantages the platform has on PC in terms of visual and graphics?
So on PC, you have a lot more options for basically top-of-the-line graphics cards all the way down. We do support a very, very robust min spec. I've seen people play it on our 32-bit systems, which still works. But on PC, for this update in particular,
just in general,
yeah. Just in general. So the PC players basically get the rapid attempts we have at doing different graphical things. So we have different anti-aliasing methods that you can switch on PC, and you can overclock if you really want to get it, above 60 FPS or whatever you want to do with it. So it really depends on what a player's rig can support. You can kind of push Warframe in a few directions there.
Are there any plans to have Warframe crossplay across all platforms?
Sadly, no, but we have such a passionate community on each platform. I wish the answer was yes, but it's not.
Any plans for Nintendo Switch?
Sadly, no. I'm thinking about my Switch in my hotel room right now, and I'm like, why? But no, there's no plans right now. So.
Awesome. When does this next expansion come out?
2017 on all platforms.